Okay, flight 3 on the blaze. Get out here by the road. Okay. I have to launch it toward the sun, unfortunately. Alright, here we go. Launching. Now, I like my settings so far, so I'll publish those. So it should give you, if you get this plane, it should give you a successful maiden flight. I'm going to have to tweak it, of course. Man, I still feel like I need to tone my ailerons down a little bit more. I increased my elevator before I put it in the air again. Looks like you get some pretty wide loops out of it. I wish I had a little more power. I mean, if I had to guess, I don't know, maybe a 1.2, 1.3 to 1 thrust to weight ratio. It's definitely not a powerhouse with this EDF unit. I think maybe I could take a little more of that reflex out. I don't know, let's see here. Ooh, little chop. Hitting a little chop. Yeah, wind's picking up. Seems to be pretty maneuverable though. I'm just kicking around at about 50-60% throttle right now just to see. I like to bring it out in some calmer winds so I can get it trimmed out really well. That is a nice looking airframe though. Watch the truck. That would be absolutely terrible. Okay, so let's run our circuit. I wasn't hitting it hard during this flight. Alright, I didn't get to check my other direction. Looks good so far. Stay below the sun. Stay above the truck. Final approach. Ooh, that was the worst landing yet. Yeah, I dialed in some additional elevator and it did allow me to bring the nose up. And I brought the nose up a little bit too much. Alright, let's see. Skids. I am always amazed that my skid systems tend to hold up more frequently than not. Although the skid shoes on this they're going to have to be replaced. The rear one is just all cracked in the pieces, and the front one's got a crack in it now. Probably on that landing. But seems to be a very maneuverable airframe. I'd like to see how it handles in calmer wind. I might bring it out again tomorrow if I can get the skid shoes replaced on it. But so far I'm really happy with it. I just wish I had come out here and get some calmer wind so I can get it all trimmed out. But it has enough power to do some pretty wide loops. I have to admit that, even though I'd definitely like to have more power. What can I say? But this 64mm EDF jet just has a 5-blade fan on it, so I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting a little bit better thrust than that, but oh well, it is what it is. It's very fun to fly. It's an awesome looking airframe. So anyway, I think I'm going to call it quits for the day. I got one more battery pack, but I'm kind of afraid to land it again until I replace the plastic on those skid shoes with something that's going to hold up a lot better than that. I don't want to end up ripping the foam off of it and damage the airframe on the bottom when it does that. So anyway, a lot of fun with this jet. It's very, very maneuverable. I think I'm going to have to dial down my ailerons just a little bit more and maybe increase the expo a little bit. Still feels a little twitchy in the ailerons. Right now I'm happy with the elevator. Okay, flight number 4 on the Blaze, and I only have 4 of these packs. It's the first time I've used them. Brand spanking new. So this will be the last flight of the day. Okay, let's get it in the air. I can't get over how easy that is to launch. Whee, a little windy, a little breezy out. Alright, so I didn't tone my ailerons down. Well, the wind is really picking up. I didn't tone my ailerons down again. What I did was I increased the expo by 10 points. That does feel better. Oh, we're getting jockeyed around by the wind a bit. I didn't have much wind when I launched just a minute ago, but I sure have some now. Well, that looked nice and smooth. I performed a loop earlier. I noticed it wanted to break to the left a little bit, and I guess that was because of wind, because that looked pretty nice. Alright, I might dial in just a little more elevator in it. I haven't seen any bad tendencies yet. Which is nice. Except that with those angled vertical stabilizers, it does get some wing wag, some tail wag out of it from the wind every once in a while. Yeah, man, that is pretty darn maneuverable for a EDF jet. Very axial rolls, which also surprised me with the amount of reflex I've got in the elevons. But I'll tell you what, it is a much better flying EDF jet than the F-86 that I stole everything out of, I'll tell you. I don't think I made a mistake with this one. Okay, let's check our directions. Last time I landed, I had 3.78 volts per cell. Okay, we look good that way, and we're going to have to come in from that direction. So let me check here. We look good that direction. Okay, because the wind shifted on me 180 degrees, so. Let's get some gliding room here. Ah, well, you can tell, you can definitely tell that the plastic is torn up on the bottom of my skids. It was like putting the brakes on. But I like having that amount of elevator. It allows me to bring the nose up when I'm bringing it in. That worked out really well. So, this definitely would have been the last flight, even if I still had a battery pack left, because I've got to replace those runners on my skids. All right. So, awesome flying EDF jet. Very maneuverable. It has a pretty wide flight envelope for an EDF jet. I mean, you can cruise around with it pretty slow. I can cruise around with it between 50 to 60% throttle. I launch it at 75% throttle. It takes right off. I mean, just straight as an arrow when I launch it. It's probably the easiest to launch EDF jet that I've launched so far. So anyway, I'll see you back at the hangar. I'll go over the details of what I've got in this, how much reflex I've got on the elevons, everything on my setup to this point, which, if you guys are interested in this airframe, will give you a very successful maiden flight. So I'll see you back at the hangar.